Good morning, children. Myself, Aparna Shrivastava. Children, your half-yearly exams are going to start. So, in this video, I am going to tell you about your half-yearly exam, paper pattern, how to give the exam, and of course, we will have the grammar, English grammar revision also. Let's start with your half-yearly exam, children. This time again, you will have the online exam. Two type of questions will be there, MCQs and descriptive. Question paper will be of 50 marks, 20 marks objective and 30 marks descriptive. Objective means your MCQs plus one word answers plus fill in the blanks. These things will be there. Descriptive means, children, reference to the context or long answer, short answer and your writing skills. Time allotted to you 1 hour and 30 minutes. Children, MCQs you have already done in your PT1. So in this video I'm going to tell you more about your descriptive questions. Answers up to the limit of 30 to 40 words can be typed manually on Campus Care. Answers which are more than 50 words need to be written on page and then click a photograph of it through the cell phone. So children, if your answers are short, so that answer you can type directly on the Campus Care, and if your answer is big, then you need to write on a paper and then you have to click a photograph and upload. When you are going to click the photograph, you have to set your mobile camera on medium or low quality, that's a resolution only, and then upload the image on the image icon given near the question. Your image uploaded for the answer should not be more than 2 MB, children. One answer should be on one page. This is, you need to take care about it a lot. That when I am saying that, see, first thing, that if your answers are short, you can type directly. But if your answers are big, only then you have to write on a sheet of paper and then click a photograph. But you need to take care, children, that one answer only at a time you have to upload. Don't think that you'll write all the answers all together and then click the photograph and upload. Okay, that's wrong. Absolutely wrong. So at a time you need to write one answer on one page and then click the photograph and upload. Okay, and if your answers are short, you need to write directly on the Campus Care. Don't forget that. Don't think that I'll write on copy only or a sheet of paper only all the answers, whether short or long, and then I click the photograph and upload. No, this is absolutely wrong, children. Keep in mind all the instruction what we are giving you. Okay, then steps to give the exam. This is same as you have given your PT1 exam, same. These steps are same, children. That go to Google Chrome, type www.campuscare.org, enter your ID and password, click on School Online, then click on Dashboard. That the 3 lines which are in front of the dashboard, you need to click on that and then go to Academics, then School Online, then Test and start exam. Then for MCQs, you need to select the correct option as you have already did in your PT1 exam, children. Then go to next. And for the descriptive question, when the question is descriptive, you will able to see 2 boxes just below your question. One box is for upload your answer and second box is text area. So don't forget what I have told you, that if your answer is short, then you have to type your answer there only. Then how you have to type? You need to click on text area and start typing your answer. And then go to next question. Okay, if your answer is short, you need to click on text area, type your answer there and go to next question. But if your answer is big, then you need to write your answer on a sheet of paper, then click on upload your answer. You need to click on upload your answer, then you will able to see camera there. Click a picture, then click on write. There will be a write, symbol of write. So you need to click on that and your answer will be uploaded. Then go to next question. Okay. Then at the end you need to submit your answer sheet. Once again I want to tell you about this, children. About your descriptive, see MCQs there is no problem because you already did in your PT1 exam. For the descriptive, don't forget that if your answer word limit is below 50 words, that's 30 to 40 words or 45 words, then you can type directly while clicking on text area and type directly there your answer and go to next question. But in case your answer is big, the word limit is more than 50 words, then you have to write your answer on a sheet of paper, then click on upload your answer. You will able to see the camera there, then click a picture, then click on write. You will able to see a symbol of write on your screen, and you have to click on that and your answer will be uploaded. Then go to next. At the end, you need to submit your answer sheet. I hope I am clear to you, children. Now let's start. Now I'm going to tell you about the paper pattern. MCQs. In the MCQs, your grammar topics will be there. Word meaning, synonyms and antonyms. Okay, these things will be in the MCQs form. All your grammar topics, word meaning, synonyms and antonyms will be in the MCQs form. Then reference to the context will be there. Question and answers. Word limit either 25 to 35 words or 20 to 30 words can be. Then long question 40 to 50 words. Then writing skill, informal letter and notice. So this is your paper pattern, children. You will have your MCQs, reference to the context, short question answers, long question answer and your writing skill. Now let's start with the grammar revision. Your grammar topics are the sentences, nouns, adjectives, articles and pronouns. In your writing skill, you are having this informal letter and notice. Then in vocabulary, synonyms and antonyms. Children, for synonyms and antonyms, you need to learn all the synonyms and antonyms which are there in your grammar book. Okay. Okay, let's start with the grammar. Very first topic, that's the sentence. What is the sentence? A group of words which make a complete sense is known as a sentence. Then there are two parts of a sentence, subject and predicate. Then there are four types of sentences, declarative or assertive. Then interrogative, imperative and exclamatory. Declarative sentences provide information. Interrogative seeks information. Interrogative, of course, the question sentences, the sentences which are asking the questions. So they are seeking for the information. Then imperative sentences which gives the command, order, instruction, directions or make request. And exclamatory sentences which express the strong feelings. Okay, so this is the sentence. Children, the expected questions from this topic is that we will give you, of course, that tell the kind of sentence that can be, okay, or either kind or type of sentence, or either we will give you jumble words which you have to write in a proper sentence. So these two kind of questions will come from this topic of yours, that's the sentence. Your next topic is noun. The name of person, place, animal, thing, idea, emotion, qualities, etc. are noun. There are four types of noun. First is common noun. The common noun given to people or things of same kind, that's a teacher, boy, tree, book, etc. Common noun means the common name which are given to the same kind of things, that's a common noun. Then proper noun, the name of a particular person or place, that's a proper noun. India, that's a name, particular name of a country. Then Pacific Ocean, again a particular name of an ocean. Then Red Fort, Sumit, these things, okay. Then collective noun, the name given to a number of people or things spoken of as a whole. For example, army, bouquet, family, etc. So collective nouns are the, you can say, the group of people or things spoken as a whole. That's a collective noun. Then abstract noun, the name given to a quality, process, idea, emotion, condition or state. That's a abstract noun. For example, bravery, sleep, honesty. Or you can say the abstract noun are the noun which we are not able to see, we can only understand or feel. Okay, that's a abstract noun. Collective noun, the name given to a group of people or things. That's a collective noun. Proper noun, that means the name of a particular person, place. That's a proper noun. Common noun, the name given in general to the things or people of same kind. That's a common noun. Children, questions related with the nouns are, we can give you in the way that tell the kind of a noun in that way also, or tell the name of group in that way also. Now next we are having the kind of adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives are the words which tells us about the quality, quantity, number, then demonstrative, interrogative and possessive. Children, an adjective is a word used to add something to the meaning of a noun or a pronoun. Okay. It is normally placed before the noun in a sentence. For example, he is a poor man. So here poor is an adjective. This is an easy question. So here easy is an adjective. So an adjective is a word used to add something to the meaning of noun or pronoun. Okay. So these are the kinds of adjectives. First we are having the adjective of quality, which tells us about what kind of. It describes the quality of a person or thing. Okay. Then next we are having adjective of quantity, which it specifies the quantity of a thing. For example, we have enough food for a month. So here enough, the word enough is an adjective of quantity, which tells us that about the quantity of a thing. I need some water. So how much water I need? Some water. So here some is an adjective of quantity. Then next we are having adjective of number. It tells how many person or things are meant. 5 passengers got into the bus. So here the number 5. Okay, so we are talking about adjective of number. So 5 is an adjective of number. Then many friends help me. Again, many is an adjective of number. You know it very well that I have already explained you that adjective of number can further be classified into two ways. One is cardinal numbers and ordinal numbers. Then we are having the demonstrative adjective. It is used to point out some person or things. This book is very good, so I am demonstrating. Which book? This book. So here the word this is a demonstrative adjective. Then next we are having interrogative adjective. An adjective which when used with a noun ask a question is called an interrogative adjective. Okay, what question did the teacher ask? So here the word what is an interrogative adjective. Then next we are having possessive adjectives. It shows possession or belongings. This is my book. Whose book? My book. So here the word my showing the belongingness of book. Okay. Then your dresses are elegant. So the word your, again the word your showing us the belongingness. So that's a possessive adjective. Then children, more things what we have discussed in this topic. Adjective is the degrees of comparison. Positive degree, it is used when no comparison is made. Then comparative degree, when we are comparing the two people, then it's a comparative degree. And then superlative, when we are talking about the superior one, then it's a superlative degree which we are using. Okay. Next we are having, children, your topic is articles. So here again I'm just revising with you all that the rules related with a or an, use of a or an. The choice between a and an is determined by the sound. Before a word beginning with the vowel sound, an is used like an, as, an enemy, an inkpad, an orange, an hour, an honest man, etc. You know it very well, children, that we are using a when the word starting with the consonant or the sound, the sound of first word is coming like a consonant. Then we are using a, and an we are using when the word is starting with the vowel sound, either with the vowel or with the vowel sound. The words our and honest begin with the vowel sound, as the initial consonant H is not pronounced. Here you can see the word our and honest, though the words are starting with the consonant H and H here. But then when we are pronouncing these words, the sound of vowel is coming. That's why we are using an with that. Okay. Similar way, children, here also that the word before the word beginning with the consonant sound a is used like a boy, a woman, a horse, a university, a union. So here also you can see the word university and union, though both the words are starting with the vowel, but we have used a because these words are giving us the sound of consonant. So a and an is determined by the sound. If the word is giving us the sound of vowel, then we have to use an, and if the word is giving us the sound of consonant, then we have to use a with that. Then the usage of the. We use the before any noun when we want to particularize it. That means when we are talking about a particular thing, then we are using the vowel then we are using the article the. Then with the superlative degrees, with the words like first, last, next, which tells us about the position, with that we are using the. Then with the common noun, when that noun represents the whole class. Here you can see in the example, the cow is a useful animal. Here we are not talking about a particular cow, we are talking about the whole class of cow. So here we can use the. With such nouns as earth, moon, sun, sky, etc. That means the universal truth. With that we have to use the. Then with the names of rivers, sea, oceans, mountain ranges, holy books, countries. Countries, if the name include the word like Republic, United Kingdom, with that only. Okay. With the name of train, ships, aeroplane, newspapers and well-known buildings. With all such things we are using the. So here our next topic, that's a pronoun. What is a pronoun, children? A pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. Then it's a pronoun. So these are the kinds of pronoun. Personal pronouns. Very first is personal pronoun. A pronoun that stands for a person or a thing is called a personal pronoun. There are 3 persons. This you all know. First person, second person and third person, and we have to use the words according to that. Then we are having next is demonstrative pronoun. A demonstrative pronoun is used to point out the object or objects which it refers to, like this is my book. So here the word this is a demonstrative pronoun. The next we are having interrogative pronoun, and interrogative pronoun is used to ask the question like what is your name. So here the word what, who is coming in your house. So the word who, these both the words are interrogative pronoun. The next we are having reflexive pronoun and emphasizing pronoun. Both reflexive and emphasizing pronoun have the same form: myself, ourself, yourself and yourselves. These all are, both are same. Reflexive and emphasizing pronoun both are same. But then when we are saying possessive pronoun, a pronoun that shows possession called a possessive pronoun, and reflexive pronoun means when it is reflect the same, then it's a reflexive pronoun. And possessive pronoun, the pronoun that shows possession is called a possessive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun, children, we are using as a receiver of an action, and emphasizing pronoun we are using to convey the emphasis, to putting more stress then, and possessive pronoun tells us the possession. The next we are having the relative pronoun. Pronoun that relate a noun to a group of words that follows. For example, we admire the man who does the duty sincerely. The medicine which the doctor had suggested proved effectively. So here you can see the words the man, who. Here the word who is a relative pronoun. We admire the man who does the duty. So here the word who is a relative pronoun. So this is the kind of pronouns, children. Children, exercises related with your all the grammar topics. I'm attaching one PDF along with this video, and you will find in that your exercises for the practice. You will find in attachment which is along with this video. So our next topic is informal letter. Informal letter are letters to friend, relatives and other dear ones. They are an example of personal writing. So what are informal letter? It's an example of personal writing, and these letters we are writing to friends, relatives and other dear ones. So once again we just go through the format of informal letter. Very first what will come? The writer's address. That means your address. Then next comes date. Then salutation. In the informal letter, children, we are not writing the address of the receiver. That means to whom you are writing, their address will not come in it. Only your address will come. That's the writer's address, date and salutation. In salutation, it always be my dear, then whomsoever. My dear friend, my dear uncle, auntie, mummy, papa, whomsoever you are writing. Then the body, that's the matter, your content. Then in the end, it will be subscription. That's your affectionately, lovingly, sincerely. Anything you can write. Then your signature. When we are saying your signature, so either you can do your signature or you can write your name in fact. Okay, this is the formal letters. The next we are having writing notice. A notice is a formal piece of communication issued by someone to a large number of people in an organization. Format of writing the notice, children. Very first thing comes the name of organization. Then comes the word notice. Then the date. Then body of your notice. That's the matter, your content. Then the name of the writer and the designation of the writer. These things will come. Children, in notices we have done up till now the notice related with the competitions, as a head boy or head girl you have written, or the notice is related with the any organization, you are writing as an authorized person of an organization. In that way we have written notices of the functions, cultural functions, or any games or any competition. These all things we have done in our video, writing skill video. But two more topics which I have not discussed with you, so that I have given here, children, that the notice related with the lost and found. Okay, so here is a notice which is related with the lost of geometry box. Okay, so I have given, for very first thing, the name of the organization, that's a school name, DAV Public School Chennai, then the word notice, then the date, and the lost geometry, because this notice is all about the geometry box. This is just for your practice, children. There is no need of writing it anywhere. Okay, just that you go through that how we are writing the lost notices for the lost and found. So this notice is for the lost geometry. Okay, this is to inform that I lost my geometry box most probably in maths lab on 12th September 2020 during the lab period. It is brand new with all the articles such as compass, scale, divider, protector, eraser, sharpener, pencils, etc. The finder will give a suitable reward. My identity card was also in it. If found, kindly contact Ram Kumar, 6th day, roll number, like that. Okay. Then the next is notice related with the found. Here I have given you one more notice in which you have found a watch. Okay, so you have to write a notice related with that. Again, your school name, then the word notice, then date, and then found watch. And then comes found a watch lying on the floor in the library hall on 12th September 2020 in 7th period. The genuine owner of the watch can claim it back from the undersigned after giving the necessary particulars about it. Rohit Sharma, class, roll number. Okay. So this is the lost and found. First is lost geometry box, and this is the found. This is only for your practice, children. We have already done in the classwork copy sufficient of notices. So no need of copy down in the classwork copy. Okay. So children, here I have just gone through with all once again with all the your rules and rules related with your grammar topics and your writing skills, and the exercises related with this you will find in the attachment which I am uploading along with this video. So just go through with that attachment and try to solve all the exercises. This is completely for your practice, children. Okay, I hope I am clear to you all. Have a good day, children, and best of luck for your exams.